When I started, everybody told me that you are not in charge of anything, Mia. The spirit knows. Spirit is intelligent, and yes, they are. So why do I try to interfere? But you are just a puppet or a marionette, You are just delivering what they are saying. Yes, but the spirit also trusts me. They trust my intelligence. They trust my life experience. They trust my imagination and my knowledge about things. Where do I start? I've been speaking about what I've been going through with my mom and my dad. Mom died a year ago. Today I've been home to my father's house to clear out with my husband all the furniture so he can get a hospital bed in his living room with a lot of space where he can get all the help. So he's still on palliative care, but it will be in his own home. So we'll see how long he will last. But tonight I will be working, and I will be working with my progressive mediumship course, and I love that. I have some really talented people in it, and it really is a pleasure to see the eagerness to learn and to jump into every crazy exercise I give them. And I always try as a teacher to do it with humor, because when I was developing, it was all pressure. It was all about deliver and all about being correct and perfect and blah, blah, blah. The perfectionist really killed the beauty of it all. Then, along with my journey, with the teaching training and everything, and my education with the Spiritual National Union, it was all about being good. Today, it's all about the joy. And it's such a huge difference to work from your heart and from your joy, not thinking of that I have to be a perfect medium. And I noticed since I let go that I'm actually better within my mediumship. Hopefully, I think so. But anyway, I feel that we lose so many good potential mediums and healers, or regardless, spiritual workers, because of the pressure we put on ourselves. And I usually say, if you want to become a brilliant guitarist, take Slash and Guns N' Roses. If you pick up that guitar, I can't even get my hands around it with all the strings. It will take me maybe 8 hours a day for 30 years to even do the easier song, like Smoke on the Water, that's the first one they usually play. But when it comes to mediumship, it's like students, I missed that. I got that wrong. I'm a lousy medium. I was the same. But we have to change that attitude. Everybody can develop mediumship, but it's not an easy craft. It's small differences in the energy, and we are going to understand them and try to understand them and interpret them and build a story from what the spirit is trying to tell us. Of course we will do mistakes. And if we don't do mistakes, we won't grow. I do mistakes every time I work, and thank God, otherwise I wouldn't develop, would I? I would stagnate. I would be in my comfort zone. And what's the fun with that? I need a challenge. I really need a challenge. And mediumship is giving me that, because every time I stand up on the platform, or I give a private sitting, or I do my teaching, I need to feel that I'm learning something more. And if I'm gonna learn something more, there are gonna be mistakes on the way, and that's okay. And isn't it nice to grow old? I'm 59 this year, or I was in March. And the only thing that is beautiful with growing old is that you get calmer within yourself, because the rest is shit, all honestly. The body is not how it was to be. The energy is not how it used to be, and everything is falling down to gravity. But the calmness and the comfortability you get within yourself when getting older is beautiful. But when it comes to mediumship, everybody wants to be perfect, and I want to more or less to tick that little boxes of what kind of information they get from the spirit. Or I want a relationship, I want a cause of death, I want the age, I want a hobby, I want a work, I want common memories. Well, I learned over the year that that's what I wanted, but is it what the spirit wanted? Today, I never ask a question. I never try to fill in a hole that I want to have an understanding about, or I want to know about the spirit. No, I trust the spirit completely. If I have someone's mom or someone's dad here, I let them speak. What do they want to speak about? Not what I want to deliver, because I want to feel good. Because in all honesty, things that comes easy to us, that lies very close to our life experience maybe, and we can feel the similarities to the spirit world, it comes easy. And when it comes easy, it's like it's not worth anything. But if I get something that is really rare for me, then I go, oh my God, I made that one. Oh my God, I got that one. But is that so important for the client? By all means, I don't mean to be a lazy medium. You are not supposed to be a lazy medium. You're supposed to work with everything you get from the spirit. So it's not an excuse not to try to build a story and dig deeper within the evidence you get from them. But you are not in charge of what piece of evidence the spirit is giving you. That's important to know. Because if I believe that I should give this, and this, that means that I'm in charge and I think I know better than their dad or the mom. And that's not the case. Their mom or their dad knows exactly what they need to say to bring comfort and healing to the recipient. So sometimes mediums are the worst enemies to themselves. We make it 10 times harder than we should. And I always say, hang on. When I started, everybody told me that you are not in charge of anything, Mia. The spirit knows. Spirit is intelligent, and yes, they are. So why do I try to interfere? But you are just a puppet. Or a marionette, you are just delivering what they are saying. Yes, but the spirit also trusts me. They trust my intelligence. They trust my life experience. They trust my imagination and my knowledge about things. So I know when they give me something, I also think, what do I know about that thing? And then I get a feeling from the spirit that complement what I'm feeling, and I can make a story of it. So, for example, I'll never forget, this is so many years ago, and I was standing at the college, at the Art of Healing College actually, when I was a teacher there, and I was doing a demonstration. Or, I'm actually lying here now, I think I probably was a student at this time. And I stand up on the platform, and the only thing I could feel was I have a woman, and she showed me a green apple. And the only apple I know is Granny Smith. So I knew I had a granny with a surname Smith. I know it sounds ridiculously easy, but for me it was an eye-opener, and that's where it started for me. Because my knowledge also from here is that, and especially from Sweden, when you do education, you have an apple when you graduate. And we can also look at New York, the Big Apple. We can also look at if they like apples, they maybe hate apples. And you can also look at my grandma and my mother, who always peel the apples, because if they ate it as it was, they got in pain with a gallbladder. So of all that knowledge, if an apple turns up within my head when I'm working with someone, this is just a few things. What else can I use? It's not just an apple. So for me, it's like building a jigsaw puzzle with the spirit world, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a challenge every time. And sometimes when you get it wrong and you take something for granted, and as a medium, we assume a lot as well. For me, who has a phobia of spiders and creepy crawlers, I hate them. I really hate them. I have nightmares about them. I don't know where it comes from, but it's really, really about it. So if the spirit will show me a spider, I would assume and take for granted that the recipient is afraid of spiders, or the spirit I'm talking to is afraid of spiders, and there would be a situation with a spider or something. I would never ever say that, oh, the spirit loves, they tell me that I love spiders, because immediately I assume that I will hate it, because that comes from me. So sometimes we have to stop, we have to pause and really think, Is it me interpreting and assuming something, or is this really a fact from the spirit? So a lot of time you get the opposite when you're starting to developing your mediumship, and that's just common. What can we use? We can only use our imagination, our life experience, and our knowledge. And of course we will assume a lot of things till we get to know. And then we have to stand back and think and reflect on it. And then we learn something else. And we learn to pause and listen. Is it a good feeling with it, or is it a creepy crawly feeling that I feel with it? So we do assume a lot, and hat off for everybody who developing the mediumship, because it's not easy. It's not easy because you have a sensitivity. Without a sensitivity, you wouldn't be able to develop it. You have to have compassion. You have to have a feeling for a lot of things, and you never have a script. You stand up or you sit every time you have a reading or read for someone, and you have nothing, and you just have to trust whatever pops into your mind. And the most important thing, a lot of people, a lot of students, a lot of budding mediums, they see a lot in the beginning, and they feel a lot in the beginning, and they can have movies running through the mind, and they feel the heart attack and all sorts of things. And suddenly that's dwindle away. Well, you get used to the energy. So the more you develop, the more you're in this, with this energy, the more you're working with it, the more you get used to it, and the less you will feel, the less you will see. So that's just part of the game. So you have to put trust here. And I think I say that to every student I meet. Trust, trust, trust. And yes, it will feel like you're making it up from time to time. But the proof is in the pudding. If the client understands it, it wasn't you making it up, was it? So enjoy your education and see every practice as an experiment. And tell yourself and think to yourself, what did I learn from this session? Not what did I miss? Not, oh, I did that wrong, or I misinterpret that one. No, what did you learn from that instead? And how can you use that in the future? So, that's all for me today. Bye.